If your idea of wearing a brooch is just a cameo looking like Whistler's mother out on the porch, well, today you're about to be amazed. What to do with a brooch? Do you think that it's just for old ladies? Do you think that all there is to brooches is cameos and little flowers? Well, in 2025, brooches are where it's at. From the red carpet, the Academy Awards to the Met Gala, there are brooches everywhere. Chanel makes them, Bulgari makes them, high jewelry, movie stars, and I just so happen to have a thing for brooches. And in today's video, I want to show you exactly what you can do with a brooch that goes so far beyond the cameo. As a graduate gemologist and a lifelong jewelry enthusiast involved in the trade for over 40 years, I'd have to say that the most overlooked treasure is the brooch. Perhaps that's why brooches are one of my very favorite things. I'm mesmerized by the early craftsmanship and defined style of antique brooches from different eras. I get all kind of goofy admiring animal and nature-inspired brooches, from dogs to porcupines, frogs, little birds, and of course flowers. Jewelers continue to outdo themselves, setting pearls into bees, diamonds into flowers, and setting tiny colored gems into butterfly wings. Of course, there are also lots of large statement brooches meant to wow, and wow they do. These are not for the timid. I am lucky enough to regularly view, study, and try brooches from the very old to the very new, to appreciate their versatility, their uniqueness, and to style them fashion-wise to their and your best advantage. Welcome to part of my brooch collection. Now, this is a combination. Like, I have some fine jewelry with diamond and gold, but I have a lot of costume jewelry. There are just, crystals, some rhinestones. I do love a good bow everywhere. I love little bugs, Art Deco pieces, double clips, some bigger Chanel pieces like these, big pansies, and it's the combination. It's how you put the brooches together. So many times I hear people say, but how do I wear a brooch? Like, it's only just on a lapel of a jacket and that's just it. But in fact, the brooch can take you so far beyond that. Different dresses, different shirts, different necklines, they lend themselves to a certain type of necklace. Maybe just a pendant on a chain or a choker. A brooch you can put almost anywhere. I want to show you how you can make a combination of smaller pieces. I want to show you some other unusual spots to add a brooch that you might not have thought of before. Brooches have been around for hundreds of years, actually beginning from the Bronze Age, where really there was more pins. They were really fasteners to help us put our clothes together. Something more just like a simple pin. As time went on, they became more elaborate. Different kind of jewels were added. Something like little pansies or flowers. They became pieces of jewelry, status symbols. As time went on, things changed even more. In the Victorian era, they became mourning jewelry. And that's not like mourning at night. That's like mourning a deceased person. So there was a lot of black enamel, there was black jet beads, very popularized by Queen Victoria. And you see a lot of memorial jewelry in black, and they often had clear glass or crystal cases on the back, and there were ashes or hair of your beloved that was put there. Again, as time went on, the brooch evolved. It even told messages. So during the suffragette movement, just before World War I, women who were not allowed to really have an opinion about just about anything, but they very much did have an opinion, but they were supposed to be seen and not heard. So when men were talking politics and women were supposed to be just delivering the whiskey or doing whatever, they actually wore brooches to send a message. And they sent a message through the colors that they wore in the brooches. So specific colors were green, white, and purple or violet. And put together, green, which were often emeralds, or maybe some green tourmaline, green, white, generally pearls, violet, usually amethyst, put together into a brooch, that was give women the vote. So that was their maybe not so subtle way within their community that they had a voice. So through the ages, brooches started saying a whole lot of different things. But for me, It's a jewelry, it's a fashion thing, and I just love it. And how brooches can kick up an outfit from just, okay, to really wow. And you can really individualize your outfits, adding the brooch in a variety of different ways. So let's start adding a little bit of acromance onto my outfit. Let's start with this tiny little pretty brooch. Now, something that you can use with brooches is you can very easily turn it into a pendant. With a brooch like this, and many brooches do have this, generally in a real jewelry line of things, collapsible bail, which is this little loop that's hidden when you wear it as a brooch, or you could fold it out. You can see how easily you can add a chain to that to make that into a pendant. Now, if there's not a collapsible bail, or you have a lot of costume jewelry, and a lot of this, what's on the table, is costume jewelry, you just have to keep the pin in the locked position, and you can just add your necklace through the locked position, lock it on to your necklace. This one, I have this small omega chain brooch pendant in place. I'm going to tell you that round brooches are really easy to use. Sometimes the ones that are asymmetric are not quite as simple to put together. These ones and this size, really easy to mix and match and put things together. When you get a little bit more adept at it, sometimes then you can add the other ones. All right, let's go for a grouping. I like to do a grouping with things that kind of have something in common. So I have this beautiful flower, and what do you think goes with flowers? Well, how about a couple of bees? Maybe we have a bee here, and maybe we have a bee here coming to the flower. And that you can put on your lapel, on your dress, and just have them kind of hovering. You want to keep it cohesive, not too far apart. You don't want to have one down here, one down here. You want it to look like it's a unit. So let's add that. Okay, so you see how I put this nice little grouping together. They kind of go together, but they make a big statement on their own. Certainly one of them on their own is fine, but together they're even nicer. Another unexpected place to wear a brooch, a small one generally, is on your cuff. This is a great place for a brooch. And then it's just kind of subtle, but it's there. You're having a drink, you're going for tea, and like, wow, isn't that interesting? Don't forget that you can use your waistband. So maybe you're just wearing a turtleneck, a black turtleneck with this same skirt, but you've got it tucked in. Why not just add the brooch right there on your waistband? If you're not wearing a belt, you're just adding a little bit of sparkle down below. And it's just a nice sort of eye draw that brings you down into a very unexpected location. Everything doesn't have to be on the lapel. Something else that's been very popular in the brooch world are what we call double clips. So it starts off as one brooch and stays together with a backing, or when you can take them apart, they become two brooches. And you can wear those as dress clips. You can put them on the lapel staggered. You can put them on either side of a dress, or you can reattach it in the base to become a single brooch. You can also buy inexpensive clips matching, and you can do the same kind of idea as a dress clip. So I have these really inexpensive rhinestone clips matching, and I'm going to add them on either side of my dress over here. Okay, now again, you could take another inexpensive rhinestone brooch. You could add a plain chain that you have off something else. And maybe you want to do that. There are many whimsical brooches, floral, so pretty. Look at these ones. I picked up inexpensively. Cute little frog. I love the animal brooches. They can so easily go anywhere. Size makes it really simple. If you're looking for more of a statement, so I have this very simple Chanel pin. This is great size for on a coat, and you don't really have to worry about losing it. You know, the attachments are really good. Let's add it to the side of a coat, and let's look at some of these other ones and see where else we can add those. Okay, let's add the Chanel pin here. And again, you know, I encourage you to start looking these flea markets, in the department stores. that are not like crazy expensive. It doesn't have to be a Chanel brooch in order to make a beautiful statement. I personally have a thing for bows. What can I tell you? Like, I'm just like the girly girl. So I have like several bows. And, you know, if we weren't wearing the double clips here, do you know what? Putting a bow just at the neckline of your plain dress just makes it so feminine and so dressy. I love this one. This is costume. This is like $20. This one, again, costume, really inexpensive. And this little one, I bought at auction probably 20 years ago. I have a bail. I wear this on a chain a lot. You've probably seen this in my videos. But I find that I just wear them again and again. I just love them. Don't forget your hat. There's lots of great places to put your brooch on your hat. What about this little guy? If you don't mind a little spider. Here I've got this nice faux fur hat. And I've just got this other cute little, just gives a little hint of, wow. If you have a dress that has a tie at the front, something like this one, I can strongly recommend that you put that at the waistband. Put it through the flat part that you've tied together, and you can have that off to the side. That's really pretty. I have this nice little knitted dress. You know what, maybe a little bit plain. So I've got this perfect little turquoise brooch. I can maybe add up here. I've got this one that is this one's just waiting for a brooch. Like, you could add just about anything on that one. At the waist, in where the gathers are, or up here, perfect. And if you have a lot of scarves, and not only am I a brooch hoarder, but I'm also a scarf hoarder. But I don't like to put holes through my scarves, so I'm really, really careful about that. So I'll definitely only put it into the flat part of my scarf through the flat part of the reef knot, because I don't want to put holes in my beautiful silk scarf. So right through there and in, and there we go. I have this giant Chanel brooch that I bought probably in the 80s, and I feel like it's too much now, but you know what? It still works if I want to wear it as a belt buckle without the belt. So just at the waist, and you're just looking for a splash of color, maybe just a plain gold necklace and some gold and a gold ring, and maybe that at the waistline. Art Deco brooches are particularly popular. You can wear them vertically or horizontally. They go so well. I love wearing this one vertically with a chain pulled behind. Wearing it on a necklace or on a black silk cord is really great. Then you can wear it on the lapel. You can wear it facing down. You can wear it on the waist. You can wear it at the side. Like, these are stunning. Then I have two, so they can actually kind of go together. They're different enough, but they're kind of related, sort of brooches from another brother, that kind of thing. I really hope that I've given you some good ideas and how to wear a brooch, and maybe not to be afraid of brooches, that maybe you want to broach the brooch idea. When you go out and maybe you're looking around on the main floor of a department store and you start seeing some brooches, go, hey, you know what? Maybe I could use that. Don't be afraid. Kick it up. Do you know what? There's also lots of men that are wearing brooches now. And, you know, not just certain men, like really fashionable men like George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Start looking on the red carpet, seeing guys with brooches. I don't really know if I've got my husband on side with wearing brooches yet, but I'm going to work on him, and I hope that I'm going to work on you. Please take some of these ideas, put them together, try to put the brooches in groupings on a chain, on your lapel, on your waist, on your wrist, and see what you come up with. I'd be really interested to see, and I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.